point the arrow at the grizzly and just be like, I've got this.
I missed all the birds and rabbits with the air gun, so yeah, I got to shoot a wildebeest, so that was really cool.
Yeah, t-shirt, drench it in water, throw it in the freezer, and then put it on.
Bear hunting, something that scares the hell out of me. Black, fight back. Brown, lay down. It's white, good night. Oh, and throw with my right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging a club, it's with my left hand.
Swinging a club, like in a bar fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So
I mean, you got to keep people guessing which way it's coming from. They've seen you right-handed all night long.
Someone says something about mi madre.
Yeah.
I'm not tolerate.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'll swing with the sinistra.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm scared.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, I'm
I'm
weird
going to
like
click
that.
that, put it in AI and see what comes up.
Like if it's a golf club or a cricket bat, I'm left-handed.
Okay.
But then some people think I'm left-handed, and then I'll go and shoot, and I'll shoot right-handed because I'm right-eye dominant and I'm naturally right-handed.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, what the fuck? You're right. I thought you were left-handed. And I'm like,
What about legs? Are you left or right dominant leg?
left foot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. I'm left foot dominant,
Yep.
right-handed dominant. I
There you
mean, as I call it, normal.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah, or acceptable. But I am left foot dominant.
Normal-handed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Just write everything. Yes.
Okay. Good to know. Well, Mason, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask if we actually started or.
Well, see, the thing is with this show, we just start talking, and at some point, the editor just goes, "Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good start. Yeah, that's a good point to start. Yeah. Sounds good.
So probably with you ripping off some Italian accents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, with no
right.
context of the conversation before, just Italian accent, we're in.
Yeah. Just start with this. This is
Yeah. So
spot
Josh,
on.
Josh, you're back on board.
I'm back. I've been here for consistently for a little while now.
2 episodes.
Has it been 2?
Yeah,
There you go.
because Maxwell is still off in New Zealand
Hunting
for
mooning.
his hunting moon. And
hunting moon. He's actually going hunting, is he?
No, he's definitely not allowed to go hunting. No, but we keep calling the hunting moon.
He said they went fishing.
They did go fishing.
Did go fishing.
He
Nice.
went in a race car. Anyway, we're going to leave all the talk about both my trip to China and his trip to New Zealand for a special episode where we talk about our trips, I guess. Yeah,
Fair call.
China Zealand episode.
perfect. So, Mason, I guess formally you represent Red Earth, but that's not specifically what we're talking about here. But give us a quick little rundown on what you do on the day-to-day.
Yeah, so like you said, I represent Red Earth Distributions. We are a wholesale company, so we supply people like Scoped Out, wonderful customers of ours, but we represent about 18 brands at the moment, so including GPO Optics, Sabre Optics. We're getting into the guns and ammunition as well now, so the Alcor push button 223 rifle.
Yep.
Webley and Scott shotguns, Christensen arms. We do our own brand of ammunition called Red Earth Ammo, which at the moment is only available in 223, but we're working on expanding the range. So we're going to be doing some rimfire soon, some 308, and slowly expand from there. I'm not going to put out too much because it's not too many promises. But so we started up about a year and a half ago now.
Yeah.
So we're relatively new to the industry, but we're growing quickly.
But you're not. You've been around for a little while. I mean, you're relatively young, but you've been kicking around a little while with other companies that are, I guess, connected. But how did you get – I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to let you go into it. How did you get into shooting? How did that all kick off? Because surely that's been like a lifelong connection.
Yeah. So, the reason I got into the industry is through family business, but that's also how I got into shooting and hunting. So growing up, Dad would take me out on hunting trips quite often. So, just grew up around guns, I suppose, and learnt the ropes the same way most, I guess, hunters would. Started off just like plinking with the air gun and slowly built up from there. And then once I was old enough to get my junior's license, and then I could start actually going out hunting and stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the first time shooting?
The tough
question.
Good question. Very vaguely.
Diving through the memory banks.
Yeah. I reckon the first time shooting would have been we're going back to Wogboy again, but at my nunnu's house. My Uncle Gino took me out shooting the air rifle a lot.
Couldn't have picked a better name.
I was going to
Great.
say that's just perfect.
Yeah, okay. At Uncle Gino's place, yeah.
Yeah. Because at the time he was at Nunnu's house, and he had his own air gun, and he'd take me out. They lived on. You had the house, and then you had the paddock beside the house, which he also owned.
Yeah.
Which was an acre or two.
Yeah.
And it was just an empty paddock, and there was just birds everywhere, and I think there was rabbits running around too. So,
Perfect.
he'd take me out and teach me how to shoot the air gun.
Yeah.
He tried to teach me how to shoot the bow as well, but I was too young and weak to pull it all the way back. So
Fair
I struggled
enough.
with that. But I reckon that's probably the earliest memory I have of shooting any guns. Yeah,
And do you remember the first animal you shot?
I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a sambar deer.
Whoa.
Yeah, right. Just a mic drop.
Was not expecting that. So you're out on this little paddock with rabbits and air guns, and the first thing you shot, sambar.
Yeah, I was.
All right.
I missed all the birds and rabbits with the air guns.
I was going to say, clearly, there's a missing connection there.
Okay. So eventually you got enough talent behind you to be able to actually point the thing the right direction.
yeah.
How old were you when you shot a sambar?
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. 10 or 11. Yeah.
So, okay.
We were actually in South Australia somewhere. I remember that. And,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was just tagging along on another hunting trip, and we're on the way out. We're about to leave. We went for our final. So the day we're leaving, it's the morning of, and we went for a morning hunt. Drove to a spot, walked around, saw bugger all.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, let's go back to the car, drive back to the house, and we'll start packing up and get ready to leave. And we hop in the car and we drive down the tracks of this property. I can't remember who the guy was that owned the property.
Uncle Gino.
No, it wasn't
No?
Uncle Gino. But anyway, we're driving along the tracks, and there's this, I think it actually was a Ruba. So it was, Rooster and Sambar. So, and he's just sitting there right next to these bushes, and he's just laying like right next to the track. And we stop, and he's like 20 meters from the car, and he's not moving. He's just sitting there like looking at us.
Yeah. Right.
And then my dad gets out, and he's like, man, this is so cool. Like, why is he sitting so still? So he gets out, starts taking photos of it and stuff. Because we're real close and whatever. He hops in the car, and the property owner goes, why don't you give the gun to Mason and give him a chance to shoot his first deer? And he's like, oh, yeah, good idea. And then, like, by the time we finish mucking around and grab the rifle and all that, he's finally buggered off. But the reason he was sitting so still is because he was hanging around a little pack of does, which were on the other side of the shrub. They couldn't see us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And I guess they mustn't have heard us, or maybe they were just frozen, like trying to work out what that sound is. I don't know. But long story short, he just sat there for a while, and then eventually when one of the does decided to take off, then he followed them.
Yeah. Right.
So he was
Can't blame
the
him.
wind must have been on the face. Like he was really fine with us just taking photos of him. And so then by the time we get the gun and he takes off, and we're like, damn. And so we're like, stuff it, we're going to chase him down.
Yeah.
So we chase him down, and we eventually find him again, and it would have been about a 130 meter shot I took out of the back of the car, and it was a 300 Win Mag. And so
Solid. Yeah. Okay.
so I'm getting told, like, it's gonna kick.
Hang on to
And I'm like,
this.
I know, she'll be right.
Yeah.
And, I got out, and
Cocky little 10-year-old you are. Yeah.
so I got out. There was a tree right near the car that I snuck up behind that had a good little fee that I could rest the gun on, and got him. And he didn't run very far, didn't have to, it was an easy tracking job. So
Yep.
And so now I actually got a cousin who recently bought a 300 Win Mag, and he's a bit iffy about like, it's going to kick really hard. It's a big caliber. And I'm like, please, if 10-year-old Mason can handle it, you can handle it. So
Yeah. You would have had buck fever though. Not worrying about the recoil. All about the deer.
yeah, and you know what? I was too young to know how much of a prize a sambar stag is. So I'm just like, I didn't even know my types of deer at that stage. I was that young. So I was just like, a deer's a deer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm just told that this is a sambar. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't even know
Whatever
the
that
difference.
means. Yeah.
I'm like, apparently it's a sambar. So, and then, now I can really appreciate it. So especially because that's the main hunting that I do is I go after sambar deer because where our property is, we've got a private property in Bonnie Doon.
Mm-hmm.
And
very
there's
nice.
lots of sambar around there. So, and I've come to learn now that they're much more difficult than I originally thought. So
How many people are currently listening going, you lucky little.
for sure, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Took me a while to finally, and I was told like they're not always this easy. Yeah, like
Is that
And
the
I'm like,
easiest one you ever shot? Imagine you would have had to work for most of the others.
yeah, I've had to, for sambars, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I was going to say, even if it wasn't, just don't rub it in and just say it was the easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So from a very young age, Josh, what was the first animal you shot?
Mine would be a fox.
A couple of weeks ago
It's
or
just
so?
not that long ago. Yeah, not that long ago at all.
No.
That would have been a year or two ago.
Okay.
I would have been in Maxwell. Went up for the night, got a couple of foxes, and that's been it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. All right.
Need to get
I'd
a
love to
gun that's
make-
suited to it.
I'd love to try and make one of those like Jeremiah Springfield type hats with like a fox fur. Really random, but it'd be cool.
Jeremiah Springfield.
Yeah, like the dude from The Simpsons.
Oh, right. As in ripping off from Davy Crockett.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
you
okay.
could, Davy Crockett.
Well, I think most people would know, but yeah, okay, yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. From a fox, do you shoot many foxes? You're from
Yeah,
Victoria,
every now and then.
There'd be plenty of foxes around.
Yeah, there's a few around where our property is. So yeah. do.
Okay. And so, from an early age, you were right into it, showcasing your talent shooting salmon.
I mean, what follows up a sandbar? Like, what was next after that?
Nothing. He peaked at 10.
It's all downhill from there.
Exactly. Oh well, then not too long later, I was about 14. We went to South Africa.
Yeah, right. Here we go.
So again, I'm making more people jealous now, but yeah, I got to shoot a wildebeest. So that was
wow.
really cool. Yeah.
What do they like to shoot? Do you track them down? Does people help you with that? What? Take us through that.
We were just walking around trying to find because there's so much game out there. So we're just trying to find whatever we can, sort of thing. And it was my turn to shoot. But they're in big herds. They move around in big herds.
That's what I would have thought. So I guess wind it back a little bit. So you're there and you're out on the plains, and you're in a group of how many?
He's testing my memory.
Yeah, make it up. Just be confident. Just say 7.
14.
14,
No,
great.
it would have been like 8
8
or
or
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like actually out hunts, like we would have split into groups of like 3 or 4
Okay.
hunting. We had a guide with us.
Yeah. And do you rotate around who the shooter is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, mostly. But, my dad was doing a lot of culling, so he was mostly him. But like, yeah, I got a chance to shoot something if we could find one. And mate, the guides out there are just so talented because they spotted these things. Like it was super hard to see because the grass at the time was super tall.
Yep.
And they were quite a while away. And so you're looking through all this like long grass and you can just see this like grey shade sort of thing. It kind of looks like a cloud within the grass sort of thing. And we had an opportunity to get a little bit closer. We got a little bit closer and it's still a decently long shot. And it was also difficult to see what I'm looking at. Like I'd mount up we'd have a shooting stick. There wasn't anything else to really rest on. There wasn't many trees around.
Yeah.
And so you had the shooting stick, and I mount up the gun and look down the scope. And once I'm zoomed in, it's like I can't tell if this is the shoulder or it's it's ass or what I'm looking at here.
Okay.
So it took me quite a while to work out, to find, to get a clear shot, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then I finally got a clear shot, and then that one required a bit of tracking down.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, they're tough. He ran quite a while.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Really cool hunt though. Yeah.
What was the rifle of choice over there?
Geez, I don't remember that one. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember.
Yeah, Josh,
again, I
that's
was
like
really young.
3 years ago. Far out. Yeah, okay. That's and are you out like all day?
No, I mean, sorry, it was a Blazer R8. I do remember.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a Blazer R8. I don't remember the caliber, but it was a Blazer.
Checking. You're not the Blazer rep, are you?
No.
Okay, so probably legitimate memory.
Yeah,
Okay.
Actually, a Blazer.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Just clarifying. Yeah. And so, what you out all day for that sort of scenario? You sort of wandering around, or you go out for a few hours? Is it a very gentlemanly type thing, or are you out like slogging it, like you would a sambar over here?
First thing in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
we'd go out. It's super freezing. Like first thing in the morning, it is so cold. And then an hour later, I'm sweating bullets.
Yeah.
Like once the sun's up, it's so hot. But it's just during the night, it goes super cold. So can only stay out there so long and tolerate the heat for so long. Especially me, I hate the heat. So like I'm fine with cold weather.
Yep.
But when it's too hot, I get real uncomfortable. So, but I had to suck it up. But
of course.
It's not that long until everything starts to disappear because it gets really hot.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. So you break during the day and then come back out sort of towards sunset? Yeah.
Yeah, and then towards sunset, same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, just during the day, we're just hanging out at the hut. And at the time, I think the soccer was on, like the World Cup was on. So we were just watching that. And then, go back out hunting again. Yeah.
I mean, imagine that's way better than slogging around, walking in the middle of the midday heat, trying to find some animals that aren't there.
Like 40 degrees, no chance.
I remember one time we were up sort of Cameron Corner sort of area, like
Whereabouts is that?
That's where Queensland, New South Wales and SA all meet.
Yeah.
Actually, we weren't that far off on the trip I'm thinking of. We weren't that far up. We were between, I guess, Mildura and Broken Hill, sort of out there in New South Wales. And it would have been high 40s or so. We're on this property and we were in shearers' quarters, no aircon or anything. And, we'd been hunting all night. And then during the day, it is starting to get proper hot. And so there was a house there that we weren't, it was the owner's house. We weren't allowed to go in. They weren't there. And I think we sat on their porch for a little while. Because, at least we got some shade here and we can get out of the heat. We're not inside a tin shed, which was what the shearers' quarters were. And we were playing cards and just, chatting away because we couldn't sleep, right, because it's way too hot. And I think then we sort of progressed into like this, it wasn't in the house, but it was sort of the kitchen-y area. And we were taking our shirts off, putting them in the freezer, like a big deep freezer, like covering them in water, putting them in the freezer for like half an hour and then putting them back on. And they were just ice and they would slowly melt and build water all over you.
That's how you know it's hot.
And then I think we got the sat phone out and called the owner and like, any chance we can go inside, we'll be really careful. And I think they said, all right, off you go. We all like went into the lounge room, turned the aircon on to the coldest wood and just laid there. And I think we ended up getting some sleep during the day, but it was so, we would have been pushing 50 degrees or so.
That sounds gruesome.
Yeah, it was.
Once you start getting out there, it's just the heat goes to another level of what you experience around any metropolitan area. Yeah.
It was full on, but very successful trip. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, nice. Well,
no sambar, no wildebeest, just mostly foxes, but a lot of them. I think we shot like 80 in 3 days or something.
Wow.
Like it was a good amount with like 3 of us. Yeah. Yeah, quite a fair effort.
I like the T-shirt in the freezer.
It worked, mate. It worked. I mean, we didn't have too many other options, but T-shirt, drench it in water, throw it in the freezer, and then put it on.
Try
and
that
if you get 2 T-shirts and you can keep them cycling through.
Yes,
That's
one's
right,
inside.
Here we go.
Wearing one, and then when that one sort of starts get a bit warm and like sweaty and muggy, wash that one out, grab the other one, put the other one in the freezer, and you keep on going.
At what point does that ratio switch to it's just sweat frozen over again and just...
No, you wash the far out, Josh. Didn't you listen? You wash the shirt out when it started getting like mixed between, all right, we're into sweat territory now. Go and wash it out, and that douses it in water, clears all the sweat out, and then, I mean, not all of it, I'm sure, but a fair amount of it, and then you put it like dripping wet into the freezer. Yeah, I don't remember if we had 2 or 3 on the go each, but it was it worked. It worked.
That's why in summer I travel with a evaporative cooler. So you grab ice from the freezer when you're in the rooftop tent and you just drop the ice in there and you fall asleep like a baby and watch everybody else suffer through the night. And you wake up in the morning going, morning, and everyone goes, shut up.
No one asked you. No one asked you, mate. We were busy during the night shooting.
No, that's true. That's true.
This is during the day. Peak.
Yeah.
Peak. Yeah, let's see how your rooftop tent goes then.
Yeah, just sit there with a spray bottle all day. Spray bottle and a fan.
Yeah, very good. So the hunting career had been varied. You've been to South Africa or other places shooting or hunting?
Yeah. I've been to Argentina. Was an interesting trip too.
Is that doves?
Yeah, doves.
Doves. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
We between 10 of us, we shot 24,000 birds within 3 days.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of Argentina. Josh is sitting there going, what? I can't even count that eye.
I know. Yeah. It is crazy. Yeah, it was nuts. First day, we go out there, we hop on this little like safari, like a buggy, I suppose, and you hop in that. And when you're around like where the lodge is, it's kind of like a normal amount of birds. It's really weird, right? Because then you drive for like a couple minutes or whatever. And then all of a sudden you turn this one corner and you look up in the sky and you just see
right.
Literally, when I was out hunting, I reckon the longest amount of time, for the 3 days that we were there, actually 4 days, but 2 were like half days, like the day we got there and the day we left. For that amount of time, the whole time we're hunting, I reckon the longest amount of time you went without seeing at least a bird in the sky. Like not all within shooting range, but like the longest amount of time you went without seeing a single bird was like not even 10 seconds. Like there was there was always a bird there and you just got to like wait for them to like, which you don't have to wait long. You had your own, they called them stuffers. So you had a dude that would like reload your shotgun for you.
Yeah.
So you shoot 1, 2, crack it open. He's got 2 bullets and he'd feed them in for you. And then you just keep shooting.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to reload.
Yeah, right.
He just reloads for you. He also counts them.
Yep.
But then at the end so you shoot like, I mean, I shot, on the first day, I just like left it a clean 1,000 rounds, did 4 slabs and was like, all right, how many did I shoot? And I'll get my percentage. And I think it was like 75% or something like that I shot. 750 birds. And, so then he goes out and collects as many birds as he can. And, at the end of the day, we're like having dinner and they like announce like, oh, this is how many birds were shot, here's all the figures and that. And then they give out like a hat to anyone who shot 1,000 birds in one day. And it's got this like 1,000 on it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm like, that is it. I'm getting that hat tomorrow.
Yep.
So next day I'm determined. This is my last full day. I only got 2 full days.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I got to get 1,000 birds. So I don't care how many bullets it takes, and it would have been like 1,200 or something like that. Anyway, got my 1,000. Sweet. I'm happy. I got like, I probably shot more. And
just to make sure you got your 1,000. Yeah, gotcha.
So I got my hat. I can't wait for my hat at dinner tonight, like at the presentation, whatever.
Yep.
So I get my hat, and everyone else who shot 1,000 birds got a hat. And then someone shot 2,000, they got a t-shirt. But like, that's just how many birds they have there is crazy.
Yeah.
2,000 in a day is wild.
Is it like the stuffer, the more you tip him, the higher your percentage goes? Is there an element of that?
You know what? If I had pesos, I probably could have, yeah.
Got those 2,000 birds with 500 rounds. Perfect.
There was quite a few times where I'd hit 2 birds in one shot, like on accident.
And they're over like cereal fields, aren't they? Is that
corn?
Corn.
It's mostly corn there, yeah.
Right.
So it's interesting because it's kind of like it's like a win-win-win, I suppose, because they're so overpopulated there, so they're a massive pest because they just destroy all the corn farms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Argentina's a bit of a third world country, so there's a lot
developing nation, I believe, Mason.
Oh, there you go. All right, developing nation. Yeah. Sorry, is that politically incorrect? What I said?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Say an Italian accent. See how you go.
And I'm not doing that.
That's right. I will forward all the hate comments onto you.
Grouse. But yeah, no, they just destroy the crops, obviously, because they just absolutely, destroy all the corn. But so you've got that, and then what this lodge has decided to do, and there's probably others, I'm not too sure, the one that we stayed at, they literally just put out corn deliberately to lure all the birds away from the other farms who are actually farming corn and whatever else they're farming.
A living from the farming.
Yeah, and so they bring the massive populations of birds to migrate to like this massive like corn farm, or like, I guess, lure corn farm.
Yep.
And then they invite people like us over to go and shoot them, and then like it costs a lot of money to do so.
Yeah.
So it brings in a lot of money to their economy, and then all the birds that we shoot, they sell to the restaurants.
Yeah.
And so they cooked them up for us on one of the days, and they fried it really well. It tasted like KFC.
Perfect.
Like they did it was tasty.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't sure how dove would taste because it's a bit of a different
dove.
bird, but like it kind of tasted like KFC. So yeah, it was yummy. Yeah. So, and then they sell that to the restaurant. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
Feeds the town.
Are they sort of putting some of that money back into the farms and stuff around? Or I guess if they're able to sort of convince those birds to go and harass their corn rather than the ones that are actually trying to grow it, that's a big impact on the community.
Yeah, massive. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think there's a few different places that do it, and I do believe one was over cereal, sort of.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah,
sort of focus farming, but either way, whatever they're growing, if it's working, that's pretty wild. Yeah, I've seen videos of that. I've had friends go and do it. Actually, we were talking about it last week, and it's quite the experience if you get the chance. I'm sure it's not cheap, but if you get a chance to go and do it,
you got to do it, Rusty.
It's pretty wild.
You gonna come next year?
Next year, you go yearly? Is this what you're saying?
No, I don't. But like, okay. but if you're in, I'm in.
Yeah, if we're going, we're doing it. Yeah, yeah. It's quite. The one that I had some friends go on. They would have two guns, semi-autos. And so the stuffer, as you put it, the guy you tip to get better percentages, would give you a fresh gun, and then grab the other one, load that one up while you were emptying that one, and basically just keep cycling through two guns. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy way to do it. But they were pumping big numbers through. Yeah.
Oh well, what numbers were they? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Make it up. Be confident.
24,000 a day.
24,000 a day. 24,000 a day.
Yeah, between 14 of them.
You just took my number and tripled it.
Did I?
You lied.
No, you said 2,400.
That's what I said, 24,000.
24,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but per day.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said be confident. I was. And then you got convinced that was correct. I got one China story for you then, without giving too much away from our episode to be dedicated to it. We had a tour guide from Australia who is Chinese and was connected to a trip there. And
all I was just thinking was like the most Aussie bloke being like, all right, guys, come on, let's go down to this place in China. You're like, what? Makes sense.
No, not that.
Yeah.
And you'd ask him questions about like the local area and this sort of and he would just answer with full confidence the answer. You would then ask one of the locals. No. I started going like, I think you're just making this up. And he's like, oh, maybe a little bit.
At least he admitted it in the end.
Yeah. No,
it's crazy what.
It's good lad.
Like if you have genuine confidence behind what you're saying,
yeah,
what a difference it makes. It's true.
True. We take your word for it. You're in sales. Yeah.
That's right.
No, that's all right. And what has it been like? Obviously, you've been around family business for years and being able to do some amazing things, but now going out on your own, how's it been different? How have you found venturing out on your own business terms?
It's been really fun.
Yeah.
At first, I was not sure how different it would be. I suppose, because this is very new, and I'm like, man, is this something that I'm gonna have to learn a lot? And I am learning a lot, but I'm much more capable than I thought initially. I suppose. I'm like, this is easy. I know what I'm doing. Like you just learn as you go, as you do with a lot of jobs. I suppose. Yeah, anything. I mean, you learn from people around you, learn from all the people you speak. Like I go visit you and all the other customers that I have, and I'll learn from all of them all the time. And it's just I think it's very important to have closed mouth and open ears.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So I try to be as what's the word?
I would say, I don't know what word you're looking for, but you're very responsive.
Yeah.
You're very responsive to feedback and and which I think is super important in business, right? It's like if you're kicking your business off, you're like, you're like, all right, cool. Here's everything I think that we should be doing. And then you get down the path and people are like, hey, yeah, this doesn't really work for us. Or like, hey, have you guys thought about this? And you're like, yeah, I should actually listen to that. That's what my potential customers are telling me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good description of what I was thinking.
To the feedback that you're getting, rather than being like, no, this is the way we're doing it. You're like, oh, yeah, no, you need to be responsive to that suggestions and tweak how you do business.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll take feedback from anyone because I think it's important to, I guess, just think that like, mate, you can learn from anyone. Sort of thing, and all feedback is valuable.
The more information you get, the more you can process through, and you can take what you want from that, But the more information that you have to start with, it's only beneficial.
Yeah, that's right.
You can then do with that what you will.
Very true. I mean, you're over here. I mean, you're doing other things while you're here in Adelaide, but one of the things you're doing is filming with Josh, as Ben, who was sat in that chair a week or two ago, it was the same thing. He was here in town filming with that, and Josh and I run this media business called Captivating Attention, and we have changed our game plan many times over based on feedback and response.
Yeah, really?
And just feedback, and you're like, yeah, what we thought we would be doing is not what we're doing. And
what did you think you would be doing? Like, how's it different?
We thought we'd be working with a very different size business, much smaller business. And as we progressed, we've realized that, perhaps we need to sort of look at slightly bigger businesses to work with. And we were trying to be very broad for a while there. And we've actually sort of gone back to our niche of the firearms industry and really developed there. We're open to other stuff, but we've tried to get very good at what we do, very niche, and that seems to be working far better.
Similar concept to Scoped Out, I guess, is that you focus on your rifle scopes or your scopes and your projectiles, obviously, and reloading.
Yeah.
But you don't do the guns or like it's very specific. So you just focus on what you're good at and become you become the experts at it. You become extremely good at it rather than trying to be moderate at everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
sort of concept.
Scoped Out is certainly much further down the path where we've been able to take on sort of new areas and new product lines and that sort of gear and started sort of divest our knowledge into different areas. But Captivating is much younger sort of setup.
Yeah. I think, being able to dive into the niche of like the optics shooting and all that kind of thing, like it's nice to be able to provide a service for like you guys where you can trust us with like, hey, we want to do this stuff with these optics. And you're like, okay, cool. Like we know optics. Like, we don't know the ins and outs of everything to do with the optics, but we know enough to be able to know, okay, this is the stuff people want to know about. This is the stuff people want to see. We're going to make the video around that. And, we get to get the satisfaction of like, okay, cool. Like this is really good to do. And, we can deliver a product to you that like, okay, from what we've done before and, what we think will go well from this time, you'll get a decent, you will get a good result out of what we produce.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw some of the shots you took this morning on the GPO scopes and they look insane. So I can't wait to see the finished product of that video because that looks sick.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Perfect.
So you weren't lying on the phone. You actually do know a little bit about
a little bit
about filming scopes.
Doing it long enough. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Now I wanted to round back. Did you have a point? Because I think this is really common I see. Like guys grow up around guns. I was shooting from 5, right? And so you grow up around guns, you're really interested in it. But then you hit like an age where, cars or girls or music or something else that perhaps is easier and more accessible that, you start getting distracted with. And did you have that at all? And was there a particular sort of hobby or interest that took your focus off? Or is it just, I guess, because you had the connection to family business that you were always around it day to day?
That's a good question. I mean, there was nothing really that took my attention away from it. I mean, I guess there was a phase when, like, in my later teens where I was going hunting a lot less often. Like, like girls is a good example. And I mean, I started picking up skateboarding.
Oh, yeah.
And started getting into I started picking up a whole bunch of different hobbies, but then also like had to focus, especially towards the end of high school, on
school.
doing well in my study and school and that.
Yeah. I didn't do that bit.
Yeah, the responsible thing. Apparently.
I'm being responsible, but then once I got my license, everything becomes much easier. Because, especially for me, because I'm the oldest out of all of my cousins, so I didn't have cousins to go hunting with.
Right.
Now I'm at it, and so then it got to a point where like I was the cousin.
You're the Uncle Gino.
I'm the Uncle Gino. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So all I start taking out all my younger cousins and mates and stuff, and I didn't have that when I was younger, so there was a bit of a phase where I wasn't shooting that as often. I mean, every now and then, but and then now that I'm getting more involved with the business and I have that freedom of being able to go on weekends and whenever I like, I can get into it a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Skateboarding. How'd you go with skateboarding?
Oh yeah, that was like my whole. That was my whole thing for a stage, and then that's why when I see you wearing you're wearing Globe shoes. I saw some Etnies at the back, and I'm like, I know my. Oh, sorry, I just knocked the camera. I recognize all those brands. I'm like, you love your skate brands. So
see what's next to you up on the wall.
Oh, here we go.
There you
go. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, local.
There's a few skateboards around.
Yeah,
actually there is. Yeah.
So what's with your obsession with like skate brands or skate shoes? Rusty, where's that come from? You're wearing Etnies.
I am.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're wearing Globes right now?
Globes.
Big Globes.
I saw Etnies at the back.
Yeah, Etnies over there.
There you go. Yeah.
So I had fat feet. I still probably do. Growing up when I was young. All right, we're getting real personal here. So growing up, like I regularly would have to have bigger shoe sizes than this is all through like primary school and high school and stuff. Bigger shoe sizes than I actually needed because my feet were so wide. And skate shoes, traditionally were always quite a wide shoe. So you'd get a wider grip, a stance on it.
Yeah.
And so my feet always felt super comfortable in skate shoes from when I started, like 14 or something on those lines. And so from whenever that was, it was pretty much skate shoes. Ended up dating a girl who worked at Globe.
Oh,
and that was back
perfect.
When Globe owned ES and Etnies and all these sort of basically everything but DC they owned. So all these brands. And so I was getting free shoes pretty regularly there and nice. But even outside of that, I was buying my own shoes. I even got married in skate shoes. Bought all the groomsmen Globes. Yeah, all, like
that's
black.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I still get them. So I will wear them. I wash these to Josh's wedding. I will wear like skate shoes to weddings, and people are like, oh, can't really do that. I'm like, I wore them to mine. I can wear them to anyone's. Yeah, and so pretty happy to do that. And I think there's probably an element of like you're not there yet, but like through your late teens and early and 20s, that's when you sort of settle your standards for a lot of things, I think. And now skate shoes have just become the standard. And so what I do, the reason if you go looking, there's like 20 or 30 pairs out there, is I won't pay full price for these things, right? I will wait till they're on like some crazy like $40 special or something, and I'll just buy like 10 of them. Yeah. Yeah. So
smart.
I don't spend a lot of money on shoes, but I have a lot of shoes, if that makes sense. And I'm not, just to be clear, I'm not like got 10 pairs that I rotate through. I usually have like 2.
Yeah.
And then like when one starts getting worn a fair bit, you're like, oh, well, move on to the next lot. So, yeah, I've never really looked at any other shoes since.
I think it was like maybe the month after I started working with you that we went and we filmed some videos in your shed doing some reloading stuff. Right. And happened to just look over and I was like, it's a lot of shoe boxes. And I was like, oh, that's just be for storage things. And it was like, no, they're all shoes. And it was just like, that's a lot of shoes. Okay. All right.
I just realised you're wearing etnies too, Josh.
I am wearing etnies.
Love etnies.
Yeah, certainly, etnies my favourite brand.
Skate shoes are comfy.
Do you know what? Mate, comfort is king.
Do you know what it was? There was a period of time there where the big, fat, wired shoes, skate shoes started getting really rare.
Oh, really?
Right? They started changing all the shapes because skateboarding progressed and they were much more narrow, that sort of gear. And so there was a stage where you basically couldn't buy, or there's like one or two product lines that you could get. And so when they went on special, I would buy 10. That's why I started doing that sort of stuff, because I'm like, I don't know when these are gone. So I'm just going to buy lots of these so I have them for the rest of my life. And then they've actually made a bit of resurgence since. They'll start bringing out different colours and models and all this sort of gear, probably because of me. That's actually the original reason why I was buying them in quite large quantities, because I'm like, I'll never get these again. And these are the things that fit me the best.
Yeah, they did start to go thin, didn't they?
They did actually. I caught up at Maxwell's wedding. There were two other dudes wearing globes and we had a big chat about it. And they're like, yeah, there was this point where you just couldn't get anything. I'm like, oh, yeah, I probably had 25 pairs on that, so I wasn't stressed. Yeah, so that's, I haven't bought any for ages, actually. Oh, no, that's a lie. 3 rocked up the other day, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably the ones I saw just before.
For a while.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, until the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, but I won't pay more than like $60 for a pair.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, shit, that's cheap. So have you mastered the kickflip yet or what?
Never mastered the kickflip.
I'm not trying, mate.
You're correct. I'm not trying, because I did buy. So my daughter and I, we went and bought skateboards because she was wanted to do it, and I bought it and I actually took it up to a shooting match. Right, because when I was running shooting matches, went up to Queensland, and whatever night it was, I was there helping out. One night we had a few drinks, as you do, and the skateboard came out.
Yeah,
it's
and
a good recipe right there.
It's a perfect recipe.
Basketball sort of court or something like that we were skating around on. And then I probably attempted a kickflip or something to that extent and broke my thumb.
Oh,
and I've done very little skateboarding.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, not a common one for me to try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your skate brand of choice?
We're talking shoes?
What was your skateboard?
Oh, I went through a few. There was a few that just got really old and worn out. You need a new deck. Yeah. And then there's a few that snapped, unfortunately. There was one.
Rage quitting?
Oh, no, not even. I mean, yeah, there was a bit of rage came out, but every now and then, but that's not how they snap.
That's skateboarding 101, that one.
Not trying hard enough.
Well, I was too small and to actually snap the board if I tried to. There was probably once or twice I tried, but but no, man, there was one. It was brand new. It was like a third session with it, and I just rocked up, and it was like the second trick that I tried, and it just snapped clean in half on this rail, and it was lucky it was a flat rail, so I didn't sack or nothing, but it just and it was an awesome board too. What was it? I think it was a Plan B.
Yeah,
and it was designed by there was a brand called Alien, and I think they're not around anymore.
No, many of them are not. But
hey,
many of them are no longer around. But yes.
And then I knew them because Rob Deerdeck used to be Alien. And so the dude that designed all the Alien decks designed this one for Plan B. I can't remember who the skater was it was like my favorite board, and it was third session and it snapped and clean in half, and it was so disappointing. But Etnies was my favorite shoe though.
Yeah.
Yep, same. The most surreal experience I ever had skateboarding wasn't skateboarding, but it was around the skateboarding world, was playing. So it was a Globe World Cup. I was running the volunteers. That was my role. And we had the skaters lounge, right? In the skaters lounge, all the skaters and some of the staff and stuff could go in there, and there was games and food and drink and all this sort of gear. was sitting there on like a PlayStation playing, I've forgotten the dude's name, playing Pro Skater, like Tony Hawk.
Oh,
Pro
Tony
Skater,
Hawk, yeah.
Yeah.
as the character of the dude I was playing against next to me.
Yeah, right.
That's sick.
I can't remember his name.
It's beyond.
Look it up, but yeah, like that's just like, all right, this is surreal. And I Rodney Mullen was there. I'm sure you know who Rodney Mullen was. We were going to go skating, and he'd broken his toe.
Oh, right.
He's like, man, I can't skate. I'm, life goals. But anyway, that's all right. didn't quite work. I mean, when I say we were going to go skating, I was going to stand on my board and watch him.
Yeah.
That's really what was going to happen, I'm pretty sure.
Still
On a
at
board
the end,
still counts.
Yeah, still counts.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have
at the end
tried.
of the day, you could just tell people like I skated with Rodney Mullen and say no more than that.
I could,
Yeah.
I could, but yeah, I won't.
Well, no, because he didn't hop on the board.
Neither of us did.
Yeah. But if you did, like, you don't have to
talked
do any
about it.
tricks, but like, we talked about it.
Yeah,
That's
true.
cool though. That's still cool.
That was cool. So
Yeah.
yes, well, I think we should move on from skating.
Yes.
In fact, something we put on at the beginning of the show, just before the show, was you telling me about your love of Japanese sake.
Yes, I was about to suggest that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
it's been sitting there brewing.
Yeah, it's been sitting there brewing because you said that you normally have it cold, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But some sakes are really good warm. So I have in this office a little sake setup, and it's been sitting there burning away for the last 45 minutes or so. So I'm going to grab that, pour it out, and then we'll see how we respond to that.
Let's do it. What brand is it, Rusty? Oh, you can't tell me.
Where was the first time you had sake?
I can read it. The first time.
Have you been to Japan?
True. No, I haven't been to Japan.
Have you been to Japan?
No, I haven't been to
I
Japan.
know it's on your bucket list because we talked about Japan
We were
earlier.
just talking about
Yeah, we
this. Yeah, I
did.
really do want to go to Japan. That's
Same.
that's next on my bucket list. First was Italy. I've done that now.
Yeah.
Next is Japan.
Next Japan.
I love to do the snow there.
Next year?
Probably. I'm planning it. If it actually happens, that's another question. But like, that's the goal.
Yeah.
I want to go to Japan, and the snow there looks insane. Like the snow season they just had this year was crazy. Like the whole. I've seen photos. The what do you call it? The chairlift fully snowed in.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
What's your ideal Japanese trip then? How long are you going for? What are you doing?
Good question.
Oh, thank you.
I can only take so much time off work. That's the thing. I'm an adult now. Stupid. So dumb. All right, let's try this warm sake.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, thanks, Rusty.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
They asked me the brand, and I completely
yeah.
forgot to check. Oh yeah, that. whatever that Japanese says.
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky Pearls of Simplicity.
It's the one with the red label
That's
and
the
a bunch
one.
of Japanese writing on it.
That's that
You
is
pass
it.
it here.
I'll pass it.
I'll,
You
do,
can
I'll,
read
do, I'll do
Japan.
the thing and go like this.
Yeah.
Hang on. Focus there. There we go.
Elite.
We got the shot.
Elite.
Is there? Here's my ignorance. Is there any hunting in Japan at all? Because I know that you can't really get a license or there's no
great
private
question.
firearms ownership in Japan, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. That's a good question.
But yeah, is there any hunting?
Leave a comment in the comment section. Anyone who knows the answer.
Anyone who knows? Josh is looking it up, I reckon.
Yeah.
But that would be.
That'd be cool.
Japan is actually on my list to go to next year. That was,
Yeah, it is. We got to go together, Rusty. I
if you
want to
can
go
put up-
next year too.
If you can put up with my kids, then you can go. But
Yeah.
there's usually some pretty cheap flights. It would be
Yeah.
it'd be pretty crazy to get over there. How do you find that warm?
Good. Really good. Actually, you might have converted me, Rusty.
Yeah, the
Very
warm
good.
sake is good, and that's just off a tea light up there. That's
Oh, is that all that is?
that's all this little candle. Yeah, it's I think I bought that whole set off Amazon for like $30.
Nice.
Yeah.
So apparently there is actually a fair bit of hunting in Japan.
Yeah, right. I'm going to come
Obviously-
back to that in a second, but I bought that pretty cheap, off $30, and I sent off to a mate who we've been in a lot of Japanese restaurants before, and he was the one who got me onto the hot sake. I'm like, man, I bought this, sort of year. He's like, oh, well, I reckon most places just microwave it. I said, well, this is cheaper than a microwave, so I'm in front.
True.
Yeah. What are we hunting in Japan, Josh?
Yeah.
So apparently it's obviously by locals because licensing process is difficult. But deer, so Sika deer is a big one. Wild boar, brown bear, and waterfowl small game.
There's more hunting in Japan than I thought there was
Yeah,
going to be.
I did not expect to see brown bear on there.
Sika deer is cool. Bear hunting, something that scares the hell out of me. Like I was literally just watching videos the other day of a dude bow hunting grizzlies. I'm like,
Bow hunting grizzlies.
that's what I mean. I do not want to get that close to those things. And if you don't place the shot well, like you want to be a good shot with the bow.
Yeah.
Surely at that point you have to ask them, be like, are you okay? Or like, are you all right?
Oh, people just like doing exciting things like that, I guess.
That'll get the heart rate going.
100%. It's a good way to test how big your kahunas are, I suppose. Like if you can do that, like,
True, or how little your rational thought might be.
well, true. Yeah.
One of the two. Could sort of ebb and flow between the two. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand the challenge, right? Like,
I guess if you mean you don't, like if you think you're not going to miss, it's fine.
You got to be confident,
It's
man.
fine.
just fully with
I
confidence.
am never going to miss.
Just never going to miss. That's that's pretty.
Yeah.
pretty
Like you
crazy.
were saying, you just got to have confidence.
Just with confidence. Yeah, just point the arrow
it'll
at the
just-
grizzly and just be like, I've got this.
That's a kill shot,
Bang,
yeah.
done.
And then it'll believe it.
Good night, mate.
Yeah, right. We got onto grizzlies. Pretty big jump from.
Yeah,
Is,
we did.
is brown bear the dangerous one, or is that black bear? I don't know the difference. I know one's more aggressive than the other.
Wouldn't
Brown
really-
ones are more aggressive.
Oh, the more aggressive one.
If it's black, fight back. Brown, lay down.
Okay.
If it's white, good night.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the saying.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, okay.
What did you say? It was
Just wouldn't like to play with any bear, to be fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, the black ones are the ones that you see. I don't know where, but I've seen heaps of videos. They find their way into like towns and stuff. They hop people's backyards and stuff and go through all the trash and all that. Or they end up on the veranda.
Yeah.
And then like the old lady comes out like screaming with a broom and, hey, get out of here. And then they shit
run off.
themselves and run off because they, yeah. So you just got to like yell at them, tell them to go away, and they will because they're just curious.
Gotcha. Okay.
Apparently they reckon that there's 12 to 15,000 bears in this sort of one location
Okay. In Japan.
in Japan.
Okay.
All right, what's the location? Let's go. Rusty, we're going next year. Why are you laughing?
Hokkaido's? Apparently it is
Hokkaido's.
very tightly regulated.
Oh, okay.
So probably keep track of the numbers.
Which means
and
it
hunt
costs a
accordingly.
lot of money, I suspect. Yeah, no, you're on your own. You're on your own. We can just go on a sake tour.
No, I was going to, yeah. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Or we'll do New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Have you been to New Zealand?
I have, but not hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Maxwell. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, we should just hijack Maxwell's, what'd you call it? Hunting
Hunting
moon?
moon, yeah. Yeah.
Just rock up and be like, let's go.
Well, honestly, I'm pretty confident that he's doing a recce trip. That's all this is.
Right. How
Just
so? What
working
do you
out
mean?
where to go hunting, starting to meet the locals, starting to get the inside goss, all the stories. And so when he goes back, brings the wife back, drops her off, goes back, and it's like, all right, I'm off. And then next year, I reckon if Maxwell doesn't go hunting in New Zealand next year, I'll be most surprised.
Yeah. That's pretty smart of him. Yep.
Yep, I'll stop wearing globes for a week.
It's going to come in and be like, why has Rusty got no shoes on?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just with confidence, mate. That's exactly it.
100%.
I reckon it. That doesn't stay warm for long. I'll say that.
No, it's still warm.
Is yours a little warm?
Mine's still warm.
Maybe I've
Warm
just
enough.
drunk enough of mine to
Yeah.
reduce it down to very little. So, what is you talked about a blazer before, but what's your take your sales rep hat off? We
Okay.
just want to know, like, Mason's personal experience, the nicest gun that the gun you've enjoyed shooting the most.
Well, the one I've used the most is a Sauer 101 XTC. Carbon stock, short barrel, fluted barrel.
Yep.
Nice and light, 308. That's what I go hunting deer with.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome stalking gun. Back to the Blazer R8. That's probably and even, you know what? I'm
Changing
not
the
trying to be a
stories.
sales. I'm trying to be a sales rep, but like again, the best shotgun I've shot was the Blazer as well, the FBX, the new one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't miss with that thing. And I'm not a good I'm not a good clay target shooter.
Okay.
Because I don't go that often. Like I do a little bit, but like not that often. And then we were testing it out at the last Blazer shoot that we did. Oh, they did last year, and I couldn't miss.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't miss. And I'm like, I'm not good enough to notice the difference between different guns or different shells. Like I'm good enough to hit the targets, and that's about it.
Yep.
But like, I don't know what to say. Like it just felt really well balanced.
Yep.
Which is what they. Maybe it's a placebo, but that's what they. That's the whole idea around the gun, right? Is they advertise it's like meant to be super well balanced, and that's how it felt.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Said with confidence.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, said with confidence. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I love that gun. Yeah, the Blazer R8 is probably the best rifle I've ever shot. So
Yep.
yeah, but I love that Sour as well.
Yeah. Sour's the one you like getting behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and the Alcor.
Alcor.
Yeah,
This
the
where you get
Alcor
the
is
sales
sick.
pitch.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know. I'm becoming a sales rep again, but no,
Yeah.
it's actually a sick gun. I love it.
So what's it? Tell us about Alcor. Is it Turkish one or is it?
Yeah, it's Turkish made.
Okay. Yep. I mean, they do some good stuff there now, don't they? They're really that.
Oh, yeah.
The industry has matured so much in Turkey over the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah, 100%.
The stuff they produce now is impressive, not just cheap.
That's right. Yeah. The quality's been improving heaps. The timber that comes out of there is really beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, this push button 223.
Yep.
2 10-round mags. So you can be driving around. You can have your mate on one side, and then he's just loading one mag, and I've got one mag, and I shoot 10 rounds, pass it on to him. He loads up his mag, shoots out 10 rounds. But really quick follow-up shots. It's really comfortable to shoot. I love that gun too.
Yeah. Right. Have you been to Turkey at all? Have you?
No, I haven't. No? That'd be cool too. That looks really beautiful. I've seen lots of photos from people who have been. Looks like a nice country. That'd be a cool one to visit too.
Because I know the firearms industry is big there, and we said that the quality has improved a lot over the last couple of decades. But they still offer like a lot of cheap, competitive guns and rifles and shotguns and stuff. But they can do really nice gear.
That's right.
They've got that ability with the range, which is not an uncommon way to see it. A new country comes into the game, sort of, and does it on the cheap, and then starts building their pedigree, their training, their knowledge, and starts improving it both. And you've seen that in the optics world, definitely, where go back many years ago, before my time, well and truly, like Japan was seen as the cheap place to get scopes made.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this is not going back. This is back before my time in the industry. Japan was the cheap place to get scopes made, and obviously Europe was the place to get nice scopes made. And then as the experience and the machinery and the understanding, the technology developed in Japan, now they would be seen as one of the premium options for really good quality scopes. China then became the cheap place to get scopes made, and we are seeing now that China are producing some pretty impressive, not top tier yet, but their ability to produce scopes has increased and increased and great. Like as we have repeatedly seen across industries and across different product sort of categories, where the people who make scopes in China really know what they're doing now, and producing nicer and nicer. Every couple of years you're sort of seeing a real step up from that. And that's not I don't know what the next country that jumps in on that train is, but if they wish to be, it'll have that same natural progression, because we've seen it time and time again.
100%. Yeah.
Do those European countries still hold sort of the top step of that ladder?
Probably, yeah.
That's a good question, in that I don't know if they hold the top step. I think they share the top step. But I also think that there is an element of, I'm not saying with China, just to be clear, I think Japan would be a very solid contender for some of the better scopes around. But I certainly think there's a little bit of a bias country to country from a what do we say, purpose of use. So like the European optics often will have slightly different thinking in their coding and construction design than the Japanese scopes will. and because of that, you end up with a different scope. You could argue better. You could argue against that, but I think they're a little different now.
Is it you could argue better for different cases?
Yeah, you could definitely argue that for sure. Yeah, something like that. And I think glass manufacturing, particularly glass manufacturing, there are several places around the world that do it extremely well.
Yeah.
Where are GPO scopes made predominantly?
Predominantly in China.
Yep.
They've got some offshoring factories in China, Japan, and the Philippines.
Yep.
All their glass is Japanese.
Yep.
The final assembly is done in either of those three offshoring factories, but then all scopes are sent back to Germany for their final testing
inspection.
and quality control.
Yep.
Yeah.
All electronics are done in Germany. So, yeah, all your illuminations, that's all done in Germany. And all their offshoring facilities, so the ones in China and Japan and the Philippines, all the equipment and the machinery is owned by the Germans and it's programmed to their tolerances.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. I mean, that's not an uncommon setup to see from scope brands, to see that those three countries you mentioned being used. But interesting that the Japanese glass is then just deployed into the different countries wherever the manufacturer is made, because of the quality of that Japanese glass can be produced to. Yeah, that's really interesting. But the ownership of the machinery is an interesting take on it. I don't know how prevalent that is from other companies. It's not something advertised by others.
Yeah, it's not something I've heard of elsewhere either. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I haven't heard of that elsewhere, and it is just another way that they can really control the quality of their products, even the offshoring aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then actually having the final assembly done sort of in-house is others do that, and that's a really good thing, because then that final control is contained. So if there's an issue, which no doubt there is from every company, they have that final control and the call to be like, nope, this is not getting out into the public. We need to get this reworked or changed or updated or anything on those lines.
Yeah. No, that's
really
good. But I
important.
mean, I get very little returns with GPO. I mean, they do happen from time to time, but when they do, it's a really easy process, and we just send out a replacement straight away, sort of thing, as long as it's within the warranty period, which is 10 years, so it's a long time. So, it's really easy to. You got that peace of mind. Yeah,
absolutely. The 10 years is real European.
Yeah, it is.
Well. I've seen it a lot from European scopes. So, yeah, cool. I mean, it's. I mean, GPO has been around a long time, but it's you guys are actually really having a go with it, because it's a good product. Just no one's really ever sort of been able to promote it really well.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, that's been one of my main focuses ever since starting Red Earth, has been pushing GPO. That's probably one of my main brands. I mean, I got many, and I try to focus on all of them, but like that's probably the main one that we focus on the most, and because I know that it's got such potential to be so much bigger than it has been. It just lacks awareness of the product. It's a great quality product at a good it's well priced. Yeah, it's great value, but it's a lot of people have never heard of it. I
think that I mean, not to get too sales pitchy on it, but it's interesting to know like the history of it, that it's come from a couple of guys who are sort of from the Zeiss world.
Yeah, correct.
Which means you've got really good pedigree. Did you not know this, Josh?
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the first things that you talked about, Mason, when you spoke to us about it, that to have come from sort of pretty significant pedigree. And we've seen that happen where get a couple of guys, top tier of whatever company they're at, leader in optics or whatever, sort of step aside from it and go, hey, look, we know our stuff. We do things differently, so we're going to. And it often ends up actually being a really competitive company that does really good products, because they've done, it's not some dude who's just gone, I want to put my brand on some scopes that I've picked out. It's guys who are like, we understand how scopes are designed, the market, all this sort of gear, and we think there's a gap and we want to do things differently, and we've seen that.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, there's a lot of brands out there that they go to an OEM factory, similar to how you say, where you just slap a brand on this product.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, especially the stuff that comes out of China. But GPO actually started off as an OEM factory. So they were making their own scopes, and they still are today. Yeah. So they're not just throwing a brand on a template, I suppose, that another factory makes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they started off, you might remember the CZ American, they were doing a package a while back, like the CZ American came with like a CZ scope on it. Yeah. And that CZ scope was made by GPO.
Yeah. Right.
And at the time they might not have been, I don't remember if they were called something else at the time when they were just OEM. But then when they decided, look, let's make our own brand, then they came up with GPO. And they ran with that, and now they only make their own scopes. So that's just an example. But yeah, they do their own manufacturing.
It's interesting to know that, because there's, different industries, but in the tech world, there's been a couple of companies that pop up that do things that you're like, this is really cool stuff. And then you find that out of like, oh, you came from Apple or Samsung or whoever it is. And you're like, okay, that makes sense. You weren't happy doing obviously what you were doing. You got all the expertise, and you wanted to fill the gap that those products were lacking. And then you've now done that through your new company, and you see all those little extra bits that you go, I really like that.
It's interesting to see that, and there's a couple other brands out as well that were the manufacturer, the OEM manufacturers. They made scopes for a number of the big brands that you may know, and they've decided to actually release their own sort of direct line and create their own brand out of it. And obviously GPO might have been in a similar position where they're making some scopes for other companies and then gone, right, well, we're going to bring our own take to market, and then that way they have the exclusive element that they like, hey, we don't offer this combination or whatever it is. Do GPO make for others, or you're not aware of that?
Not anymore.
Not that you know of? Okay, not now. To be able to sort of sink it in to their own thing and just say, we just make ours.
Yeah.
I guess as someone that's like possibly a consumer of it, you get that extra little bit of confidence of you've got a brand like Zeiss, who, Zeiss are probably known by most people of like they're in that sort of top ladder of optics manufacturers going, okay, like this is not just someone that does stuff through these other companies. Like these people know what they're doing, and now they've just decided to go and do it on their own terms. Like, okay, like these guys make good, they have the potential to make really good quality gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be interesting to see how the journey in Australia is with you guys kicking on with it.
Yeah, that's it.
That little compact Century is so cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah,
it's
very unique, isn't it?
It is.
It's nice when they have got like this flagship sort of option that is very unique to the brand. It's good to see. It's good to see the innovation.
Yeah, that's true. Because if someone's looking for a really compact rifle scope, there's not a heap of options out there. So it's good to hit a little niche like that.
Yeah.
So that one is really cool.
Very good,
that's the line of scopes that I'm going to be pushing the most going forward, because I think that's their best value scope that they have, and they design that scope for us and the United States.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be exciting to watch the brand grow, and especially with that new line of the Century scopes.
Yeah.
I think they'll grow really well, and they have some really good options. So yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You got any hunting trips planned?
I don't actually.
No? Okay.
No, I mean, it just out here, and I'm from Victoria, so not out here, but back home.
Okay.
Back home, we'll just go, hunting there whenever I can, whenever I got a free weekend, but no exotic hunting trips planned yet.
Okay.
No, actually, that's a lie.
Here we go.
Let's go to New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah. Let's go hijack Maxwell's hunting moon. And
his return trip, his return epic.
Yeah. Okay. No, I really want to do New Zealand. That's that and Japan are the two.
What would be the number one goal for New Zealand if you're hunting?
Red deer.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't shot a red deer.
Tar or chamois or anything?
Chamois would be cool.
Yeah.
Chamois would be cool. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Now you're giving me.
We're going to catch up with you in a year's time and ask you how it went.
Sounds good.
Good, Mason. Thanks for coming and chatting to us, and it's always good to catch up with you. And we'll go race some sims now.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Fantastic.